The views and opinions expressed by the host do not necessarily state or reflect those of the company and its management. Furthermore, the views and opinions of the guest do not reflect those of the host, the show, the management, and the network.
Hearts that listen, think, learn, and connect. Only here at TLC.
Good evening everyone. Magandang gabi po sa lahat. Maayong gabi sa ato ang tanan sa tanang mga Bisaya dira no sa nga naminaw sa atua. We are now at Talk Life channel for our Hearts That Listen Friday edition. It is the third Friday of the month. So of course, meron na naman tayong pag-uusapan no sa gabing ito. So ako po si Roland Fernandez. And I am of course inviting everyone to like and share our stream and comment our greetings and questions po no para sa mga kwentuhan natin ngayong gabi. We are streaming live on Talk Life channel via Facebook, and ang program po natin ngayong gabi is also broadcasted by DYWC Teleradio Channel 51, Phil Products Cable Channel sa Negros Oriental. And because of this, no, ano po tayo, meron po tayo mga tagapakinig at taga-subaybay sa Mindanao, sa Visayas, pati po sa Luzon. So, Greetings to all people of Dumaguete, Siquijor, Cebu, and Bohol. At saka dito po sa lugar namin, dito sa Davao City. And syempre po sa station manager natin, si Father Ramonito Maata. Good evening everyone. So, again, meron naman po tayong magandang topic po no ngayong gabi. But before we go to our kwentuhan, inaanyayahan ko po kayong lahat para po sa isang pagdadasal para po maumpisahan po natin ang ating discussion or ating mga storytelling ngayong gabi. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Heavenly Father, we thank you, Lord, sa pagkakataon na magkasama-sama na naman po kami ngayong gabi. Sana po you will guide us sa pakikinig, and you will guide us po sa kwentuhan namin tonight. Sana po you will be able to inspire our hearts and our minds para po maintindihan namin at saka maisapuso po namin yung mga information na aming maririnig sa gabing ito. Gabayan niyo po ang aming bisita at pagpalain niyo po siya sa kanyang mga ginagawa, no, sa mga plano niya at saka sa mga advocacies and endeavors niya sa mga projects niya. Also, syempre po we ask for your blessings para po sa mga listeners and viewers natin. And sana po kung ano man yung magiging kwentuhan at diskusyon natin for tonight, ito po ay maka-inspire sa kanila at makatulong sa kanila at magiging gabay sa kanilang pamumuhay. We bring back to you, Lord God, all the glory and the honor. Amen. Okay. So, ang topic natin ngayong gabi is actually very very significant kasi it talks about paglalakbay. No? So recently, I just had a tour sa tour with the Department of Tourism sa Davao de Oro. And it was very, very exciting and at the same time, very memorable. Kasi po, parang in the 2 years na nagkaroon ng pandemic, very limited po yung transportation, very limited po yung paglabas-labas natin. Pero at this time, no, I was out in Davao de Oro for about 3 days. So sa dinami-dami ng mga pinuntahan namin, makikita mo talaga na mga establishments are already starting, no, starting to do business, parang regular na business. And that is very good, no, kung iisipin natin. Maganda siya because it means somehow merong control na when it comes to the COVID-19. And at the same time, it is good kasi syempre yung pangkabuhayan ng mga kasamahan natin, yung mga business owners, pati yung mga employees nila, nagkakaroon na po ng pagbabalik, no, sa economic na kalagayan nila. So it means na nagkakaroon na tayo ng trabaho, nagkakaroon na tayo ng business, and everything else, no, at yung mga tao din, of course, nakaka-experience na makapag-unwind kahit papaano, no, sa dinami-dami ng problema natin. Kailangan din natin talaga mag-unwind paminsan-minsan. Naisip ko na it is really significant for us, or significant yung topic na ito rather, in relation to my experience, kasi nga ang topic natin ngayon is about journey. And sa pagninilay-nilay ko doon sa karanasan, parang tama nga naman, no? May mga kasama ako sa journey na yon, pero iba-iba yung perceptions namin when it comes to how we encountered yung mga places na napuntahan namin, how we encountered yung or yung experience namin, for example sa pagkain, yung experience namin doon sa traveling itself, yung experience namin sa yung mga bagong nakikita, ano po, no? So merong mga falls, merong mga dagat, merong mga lakes na napuntahan, and in each area or each destination, parang tumataas at tumataas yung expectations all the time, kasi yung previous na place na napuntahan is kailangan it's always improving, no, parang ganun. But dito sa pag-uusapan natin tonight, it talks about my life, no, or life nung guest natin as a tribal youth, no, school, online teaching, and IPMR. So alam ko na sa mga kasamahan din natin ng mga kabataan, these experiences or this journey nila sa kanilang buhay maybe the same, no? They could be parang focused on their school activities, or they could be focused on their employment, especially yung mga working students natin na mga kabataan. And then yung sa IPMR, we will ask our guests, no, what IPMR is. But ito yung aspeto ng pagiging leader niya, no, sa mga kabataan. So with no further ado, siguro parang hindi na natin patagalin, we will welcome, no, samahan niyo ako na i-welcome yung bisita natin for tonight. And to formally introduce her, babasahin ko na lang itong niya, kung sino siya, no? So she was born and raised in Bagumbayan, Malalag, Davao del Sur. So kasamahan niya yung mga kasamahan din namin sa KKM. So these are young people, tribal youth na napaka-active, no, sa Malalag. Currently, she is 22 years old and a graduating student of Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English at Digos College. So she has been a consistent honor student from kindergarten up to the present, diba? So napaka galing na bata when it comes to the academics. So she has been exposed to and won numerous acting, debate, speaking, and writing competition. So talented din at the same time. Also, she has been working as an online English teacher for almost 2 years now. So lastly, she is the newly selected Indigenous Peoples mandatory representative in their barangay. So, sige, yeah, let us listen na to Miss Nerjan Imperial Ramos.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Nawala yata si Nerjan. Oo. So parang ang ano masyado no, napaka-achiever ni Nerjan which makes me more uh excited to listen to her story. Hello Nerjan, okay ka lang?
Yes, sir. Hello, everyone. Good evening, magandang gabi, and maayong gabi sa ako ang mga kahigalaan dari sa Davao del Sur.
Hello. So, kumusta? Kumusta ang sitwasyon diyan sa ano, sa Digos? You're currently in Digos, 'di ba?
Yes po, sir. Actually, sir, it's so busy. I had a lot of schedules today, but gladly I've made it. So, I'm so
Yes.
happy po to be here.
Sige, sige, sige. And at the same time, we are also very happy no na makasalamuha ka for tonight, Nerjan. I'm sure yung storytelling mo about your life journey as a lumad youth, no? At saka yung pagiging uh, achiever sa iba't ibang larangan when it comes to academics, yung sa trabaho, and even yung sa IPMR. We would like to know more about that. So, thank you so much sa pagpapaunlak.
Yes, sir. And of course, it is with great honor and opportunity, sir, to be a guest on this amazing talk show. It's actually my very first time. And yeah, first of all, I would like to extend my warmest gratitude to Ati Dayan for inviting me here,
Yes.
our IP Federation president po. So, yeah. Good evening. So, start na po ba, sir?
Sige po, sige po. Excited. Kanina pa ako excited, Nerjan.
Yes, sir. I too. I'm very excited. So, yes, tonight I will be talking about my life journey as tribal youth in school, in my online teaching career, and as an IPMR. So let me begin um my journey as a student. So, my life as a student was like a roller coaster ride. There were ups and downs and sorrows and happiness. And as academically inclined to study hard, becoming a student is a very challenging role to partake in life. So, people may know me as a consistent honor student and a top student, but honestly, I struggled to overcome the lessons every day. And I could still reminisce how unenlightened I was. However, one thing is for sure, I always have high self esteem or high self confidence in everything that I did or I will do. Like, I'm a gutsy person, I'm so brave, who is so motivated to learn things despite of the obstacles. So, you see, as a student, I'm so ambitious and at the same time pretentious. You will see me as a competitive individual, like in speaking, in writing, acting, and almost all events I've been to. Yet behind these successes, I doubt so much that I had many uncertainties and what ifs. What if I fail? What if I can't make it? Paano kung hindi ko kaya? Yung mga ganun ba, yung mga what ifs natin sa life. But these, yes sir, weaknesses didn't stop me from aiming for great things in life and achieving higher. So, as a student, as a student at the moment, and for my experiences before, instead of thinking negatively, I switched my perspective in life. I became optimistic, hard worker, hardworking individual, and persevered in everything I did. So many people ask me, like a lot of them talaga, Nurj, what's the secret ba? You're so enthusiastic and full of confidence. Yes. And there's no such thing as secrets. It's just, a matter of pure hard work, time management, optimism, and God. So, what do I mean about hard work po ba as a student? It entails eliminating procrastination. So this is very common. As a Filipino, we have this like manana habit. We tend to say, I will do this thing tomorrow na. I will do this thing later. And um whenever there are assignments or projects to do, I accomplish them right away. Talagang I will do it right now. Talagang ngayon. There's no tomorrow as for me. And I have this attitude of always doing things ahead of time. So as an advanced thinker, I hate cramming po talaga, sir. So that's why I always do all my scholastics lessons or assignments ahead of time. One thing that I also hate is being in a hurry, considering that it won't do any good. And besides, whenever there are scholastic difficulties in understanding the lesson, the topics, what I did is that I do research instead of worrying and stopping, since everything can be learned. If you're just willing and disciplined enough to do so. And Nerd, how to do it? Yeah. It entails about time management, and it's essential to discipline yourself on things right now. There'll be a lot of factors that will affect you from time to time, especially that we are experiencing a pandemic now, and our students right now are on their digital or any modularity. And yeah, what I want to say is to always compose yourself and manage your time wisely. Those are the things that I've learned as a student. Perhaps you can make a scheduled plan, or the most significant thing to do is really to discipline yourself talaga. Like from 7 a.m. I will do this thing up until, yeah, you have a scheduled plan for your everyday situation or for your everyday event. And right now we have this technological advancement that would also allow us to travel different horizons. So as a student, for you to overcome those challenges and trials that you are in right now, try to educate yourself, expand your knowledge. Becoming globally aware and competitive is not possible. I mean, it's not impossible because of the advancement that we are in right now. So that is one of the advantages as a student. And moreover, surpassing your academic battle needs optimism. Kailangan mo talaga maging positive. Because if you will be positive, or if you will not be a positive person in the future, it will be very hard for you to really achieve higher things in life or great things in life. Also, this one, ladies and gentlemen, you must trust and believe in yourself that you can do it. And if you do that, I tell you, everything follows. So, thinking positively means that whatever happens, even how difficult things will be, I know, or we know that they won't be stormy forever. The sun will shine and the rainbow will come up. And above all, we will manage to surmount all of those hurdles in our students' academic battles, in our students' journey. And one thing one thing that I always do talaga is I always pray to God. I always offer to him everything, as in everything. And like when you do these things, you will see how amazing and marvelous God is. So keep your worries aside and let God handle these things. So now let me share my online teaching journey with you. So just a little background. I have been teaching um, as an English teacher to foreign learners like Japanese, Koreans, Chinese, etc. for almost 2 years now. And happily, the choice I've made drastically changed my perspective, my financial status, and life
Yes.
as a student. So it really helped a lot, especially my part time job right now. And how did it begin? Uh, the start of the pandemic was so intense that I didn't anticipate things would be very problematic later. So, di ba, we experienced lockdown. And at that time, my father got skeletal schedules on his work, in which he could only gain half amount of his previous salary. So like that was a challenge for my family because somehow my parents couldn't afford to pay for my tuition fees, for my scholastic expenses. So yeah, as time passed by, things got worse, and one day it just took me to realize that if I let things, it would be worst if I won't do anything right now. And so I decided to find my fate. Nang ibang bansa ako, charot lang. um, I decided to find my fate somewhere down the road, and went out from my comfort zone, of course. And first, I asked my mom and shared my plan with her. And gladly, though she was hesitant at first, I managed to convince her. However, my dad, my papa, wouldn't allow me to to go out. So, but I convinced to trust. I convinced him to trust me, and I told him to give me at least 1 month to find a part-time job online. But the problem is yung problema, yung connection namin in my hometown. It's not stable, and we always have intermittent internet. So when you really lived in a province side, especially like in Malalag, talagang hahanapin mo yung malakas na internet. So I decided to go to Digo City because it's also near my university, and I temporarily rent a house, like an apartment here. I borrowed some money from my close friends for the installation and other important things that time. So, also, it's very important to have close friends because no, they will support you in times of things, difficult times. Yeah. And yeah, I'm so lucky to have those kind of friends. And yeah, let's go back. The online job competition that time, that was 2020. It was so tight that I applied to many
Yun.
companies. Yes, sir.
Tapat ka.
And yeah, and knowing the fact that I'm an undergraduate student, and like most of like the online teachers or the applicants were already a graduate of something like a 4 year course. So it was so hard. Like you really need to sell yourself, how you're going to market yourself to the companies that you want to apply or to work with. And after almost a month of waiting for the result, talagang that time nawalan ako ng pag-asa. Because it actually took almost a month to wait for the result. So, yeah, but I reminded myself that the first company to email me would be the first I wanted to work with. Gladly, thank God. I was hired in Native Camp last May 28, 2020. It's an online tutoring services, English services. And to be frank, I doubted myself again, guys, because I was not good at English that time. I was afraid that what if my students would report me and belittle my teaching qualities? That will surely demotivate me. But then, as a courageous woman, I reactivated my optimism, my diligence, and my perseverance. What I did is that I researched, I watched a lot of demo teachings online, I studied the platform, I read a lot of books almost every day, I practiced my English. Yeah, I talk to myself every day. But I'm not mentally ill, huh? And I also tried to revisit my grammatical skills. I do these things almost every day because I really want to improve myself as an English teacher. Of course, the beginning will always be the most challenging part of my online teaching journey. I struggled to adjust since I was dealing with unique kinds of foreign learners, with different backgrounds. So it is so hard to adjust yourself, most especially that, their culture are very different. For example, like Japanese, Koreans, Chinese, somehow there are things that they don't want. There always be like offensive things na hindi mo namalaya na na-commit mo na pala. So yeah, as an English teacher, we must always be culturally aware of those kind of students that we are teaching. So there were times when I encountered rude students, who will shout their, yeah, they raise their voice, and they really demotivate me that time. And yeah, there were times that they threw harsh words about things, etc. So, but however, I would stand these things by always activating my never give up spirit. I always have that.
I like
Even
that. I like
before,
that.
yes, sir. Even before, my parents, especially my mother, because my mother is also a catechist, she always inspired me, and I've learned that never give up spirit from her. So that's why talagang na-acquire ko siya to have that, never give up spirit. And yeah, uh, again, I offered everything to the Lord, especially my weaknesses. And guys, when we embrace our weaknesses, we'll be able to find the strength. And he had seen, God had seen my perseverance almost every day. So like I experienced multiple stresses and withdrawals. Talagang even how strong you are as a person, there will always be times talaga na, life will really challenge your patience. Life will really test you below your belt, below the ground. And, these things are real. These are authentic. And we will share this even how strong individual you are. And, as a courageous and optimistic person, what I did ba? I persisted. I learned how to dance in the rain, like not literally. I learned how to swim in the ocean of problems. I learned to be strong and believe in myself even more. Yeah, and that's the only way. No one will motivate you guys. Yeah, because the real motivation will always be within us. It will always come within us. And look at me now. I'm still teaching and being able to inspire little dreamers in these platforms. I was once in your shoes, guys. Sa mga student who are really struggling to support their tuition, to support their academic life or their college journey. But the difference between those who fail and me is that I never give up. I never stopped, even how hard things are, and persist until I succeed, until I achieved what I really want in life. And now, gladly, I'm about to celebrate my second anniversary as an online teacher. And you see, I was nobody, but I tried to find my fate to be somebody right now. Okay. So yeah, that was the story of my online teaching journey. Now, let me share my IPMR journey, Indigenous People's Mandatory Representative journey. Just a brief background, I was selected to be the next Indigenous peoples mandatory representative in my barangay with the help of our great leaders headed by Bae Brani Pasandalan, the NCIP, and the Balalag Tribal Council. Yet, I was the IP Youth President for years before I got to where I am now. I diligently worked on the ground. I managed to win in our distinct IP activities, and I help my tribal members with whatever concerns and issues they were in. So, being a leader is never new to me. I was a former Supreme Student Government President, SSG President of Davao del Sur School of Fisheries. And like at that time, I was exposed to different seminars and workshops, and those engagements have allowed me to develop the rightful and helpful skills, qualities, and personalities to be a great leader. But I'm not yet great. I'm still in the making, guys. In connection, I utilized my leadership skills as a tribal youth leader to exert my full potential as their voice. And again, it's not easy as you think. It takes, big responsibilities and duties to be on track. However, with the guidance of my parents and our tribal leaders, especially my co-IP youth leaders, and I hope that you're listening right now, we always manage to accomplish activities meaningfully and successfully, not just in our community, but we also join different national activities. Mm. And indeed, I have learned a lot about my IPMR journey. I even more realized that as part of like the indigenous people, we are talented, innovative, and skillful. So, guys, as an IP member, we also experience different issues and concerns. So, we may have different skin colors and customs and beliefs. However, in terms of valuing peace and humanity, those are the things that I've learned in my IPMR journey. We are rich. We are shaped and driven by our culture to be always polite and kind, be it to the environment, to the animals, and to one another. So our tribe teaches us to be always respectful to our elders by showing our manners at all times. And without our culture, I therefore think it's impossible to become who I am now. Our culture binds us together, which shapes and molds me, my IPMR journey to become the best version of myself right now. So, I firmly believe that being an IPMR will serve as a blueprint to wake up the society that we have the rights as an IP, and, we deserve all the privileges legally. And in a nutshell, my life's journey as a student, as an online teacher, and an IPMR entails about the power of change. Why? When we have adequate time or time management, advanced preparation, and appropriate training, which would eliminate much of the resistance on challenges. If you know that something is coming, then prepare for it. We are adaptable individuals, but sometimes we forget to give ourselves a chance to get ready. So, Alvin Toffler, if I'm not mistaken, an author of The Future Shock, suggests that we can avoid the trauma of rapid change or future shock by recognizing that our role is inevitable and somewhat predictable, and by preparing in advance for it. So, uh people, I think, in our journey, with the in or in our journey into different walks of life, I think we just tend to limit ourselves and our thinking, often harshly and unnecessarily. So we focus so much on what we can't and don't want to do, that we completely fail to see that there is so much that we can. But, it appeared to me that now would also be the perfect time to reinvent myself, no matter how suppressing life is. Because really, it's never too late to do that. And yeah, if you work hard and pray and be optimistic, I have no doubt that it's possible to find success late in life. And if you really want it and are willing to work hard enough to make it happen, but in order for that to happen, in order for our journey to be successful in everything that we do, we need to stop looking longingly down the roads that are blocked, and let's try wandering instead down the open ones that we never thought to explore with or explore before. Again, this is Nerjan Ramos. Thank you and good evening.
Wow, 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 wow! Grabe, grabe ang experience, ano po, very rich nga, totoong very rich yung experience. It is very unfortunate, Nerjan, no, na this is just 1 hour na kwentuhan natin. I'm sure we will have the time to talk more on what else yung mga pinagagawa mo sa ano sa barangay, sa schools, yung sa mga online job, because I myself I am a online freelancer ako. I started kailan ba? 2021, last year, no? Pero it was driven by the fact na nawalan ako ng trabaho because of the pandemic,
Mhm.
because directly affected yung business, no, kasi nasa events tayo eh, so events organizing. So when the pandemic broke out, parang bawal ang mag events, mag-organize ng events. So yeah, I believe yung sinabi mo na we really have to find ways on how to parang make our lives, no, better, make our lives parang a bit more, kumbaga.
Mm.
Ang dami mong sinabi, and I have so many things na nakasulat dito, in terms of yung sa school, no, in terms of sa sa online teaching. By the way, congratulations, no,
Thank you,
you've
sir.
been doing online teaching for 2 years na, and of course yung sa pagiging IPMR or Indigenous People Mandatory Representative. um Maganda siya, no, maganda masyado yung ah, tingin ko sa mga ginagawa mo, because one, importante naman talaga yung mag-aral, no? Importante yung academics because that is where you will learn. You will learn the basics, the foundation of your knowledge, 'di ba? And I really appreciate the fact na you are emphasizing yung pagbabasa. Madami kasi sa atin ngayon ang hindi na masyadong nagbabasa, especially yung mga kabataan and even the adults, no, hindi na masyadong nagbabasa because we just want to watch videos. And even sa social media, for example, yung videos na pinapanood natin, if it is more than 3 minutes, parang nawawala na tayo sa interest
Mm.
kaagad, di ba? That's why we
Yes.
have nauso yung mga 1 minute na uh, nawala yung 1 minute na videos ng Nas Daily, 'di ba? Pero after that, anong nauso? TikTok. Seconds na lang talaga yung TikTok at saka Reels. So parang wow. Ako para sa akin, it is amazing to think na nagiging shorten at nagiging shorten pa talaga yung ano ba yan, yung ano natin, yung
Attention span po, sir.
attention span natin ano or
Mm.
yung interest, no? But
Mm.
then you mentioned na um we have to work on the things that interests us. We have to work on the things that yung bang ito yung kailangan no? Alam natin kung ano yung dapat nating alamin, kumbaga, kung ano yung gusto nating maabot at ano yung gusto nating mangyari sa buhay natin. Because when I came back to my journey then sa online work, I started matagal na kasi nerd. Matagal na akong naging online like work from home, no? Kailan ba? Mga 2013 pa yata. Pero I stopped of course kasi nag-aaral din ako before. And then nung bumalik ako parang paano ba to? Paano ba to gawin? Parang hindi ko na alam kung how to even start, no? So there was a decision to rebrand myself. I had to rebrand myself in order to be, sabi mo nga, marketable. Kasi kung
Yes.
hindi mo iba-brand yung sarili mo, like sometimes we often ask ourselves, bakit parang walang nangyayari sa buhay ko? Pero meron bang change? Yung sabi mong the power of change, meron ka bang binago sa buhay mo? I mean, I'm not saying na it has to be like a big change, pero even yung how you market yourself, anong image ba ang gusto mong i-portray? Are you the happy lang na person, or do you want to portray someone who is like smart and wise and knowledgeable, or do you want to portray yourself as something na or someone na parang like follower lang, or do you want to portray yourself as a leader who can act on his own and can stand on his or her own feet, parang ganon. So sa akin, like yeah, I believe you when you say na importante yung change, and that change must start sa sarili natin, di ba? It has to start from us, and yung decision parate has to begin inward. Inward kasi yon, like yung mga external factor ng change, para siyang ano, parang may pandemic, so hindi na pwede yung nakasanayan ko, so I had to change. External factor, nawalan ng trabaho si papa, nawalan ng trabaho si mama, 'di ba? External factor pa din siya, stimulus ng change. So merong mga bagay na hindi na natin pwedeng gawin. External factor pa rin. But these are all stimulus. The decision to actually do the change has to come inside or from inside us. Diba? It's either pag-iisipan mo and you will consider kung ano yung nasa isip mo na okay, pagod na ako na pinoproblema kung saan ko na naman kukunin yung pambayad sa tuition. Diba? Or pagod na ako mag-isip kung paano naman na saan ako na naman bibilhin yung pambayad ko, pambili ko ng mga projects, parang gano'n. Or pwede din na yung inward na source ng decision mo to change is you are feeling it. Hindi na ako masaya, hindi ako contented, hindi ako parang, I believe na there is more that I can do. I believe that there is more to me. And I believe na there is so much more that I can do and must do for my family. Hence, I will do certain things. And yung certain things na yun, yung mga bagay na we limit ourselves. I'm sure meron ka mga sacrifices. So anong mga sacrifices mo in order for you to, let's say, Ano yung mga sacrifices mo during the time na nag-a-apply ka pa lang?
Actually, sir, one of my sacrifices is to be away, to separate my
Mm.
life with my family. I live independently, and it's wow. It's not that really easy to live independently, sir. You have to do all the house chores, and I wasn't used to it. So that's
Walang
why, sir. My sacrifice was really like to be apart from my parents. So
mm.
it was so hard for me. Yeah, like every day I miss them, and also I missed my siblings almost every day because we are very close. So that's why, sir, I think that's like the biggest sacrifice that I did that time.
Yeah. Ako din, gano'n din. Every time na merong chance, no, na kumita or magkaroon ng projects, yan yung pinaka, ano ba, pinaka primary na
Mm.
sacrifice or something na gagawin mo to be away from uh, from the comfort zones, kumbaga. Because if you
Yes.
stay in your comfort zone, ano yun eh, kumbaga it is already a given na pag nasa bahay ka, gigising ka na lang, may pagkain na nakahanda because your parents or your mom, most especially, would prepare breakfast for you, diba? Or
Mm.
would prepare breakfast for the family. Um, Tapos pag sinabi mo namang linis ng bahay, the same thing, ganun din. It's either merong katulong or merong kasambahay, si nanay ang naglilinis or yung mga younger siblings yung inuutusan, 'di ba? Um,
Mm.
yeah, but when you are going outside of your comfort zone, ano siya, parang yun yung magde-determine talaga kung hanggang saan ang kaya mo eh, 'di ba?
Yes,
Kung
sir.
kaya mo ba
And
talaga.
yes, and also my me time activities po, sir, and social activities. So those were the things that were sacrificed also. It's because like I concentrate on finding an online job, so I wasn't able to like to mingle with other individuals. Yeah, to go outside to have a me time, something like that, sir. So it was so hard.
Oo. Yeah, I can relate. I can relate. Yung mga Friday nights, ito nga eh, 'di ba? Every Friday, every third and fourth Friday of the month, I am with Hearts That Listen Friday edition. So hindi ako nakakalabas kapag Friday night. But that's cool. Okay lang because I also enjoy, like doing kung ano yung ginagawa natin sa Hearts That Listen. And these are also things na we decide on na parang kumbaga, yeah, may mga small sacrifices pero at the end of the day, it's gonna be worth it. Diba? So,
I agree.
Nerge, uh,
Yes, sir.
before we continue our discussion, kasi alam ko madami masyadong mga nagko-comments at saka mga nag-greet no sa Facebook natin, and also ako may mga tanong pa din ako sa iyo. So before that, let's pause for a while para po sa ating mga advertisement at saka yung mga messages natin no from our sponsors.
Halina't magkape at kausapin ng Panginoon everyday.
David's Faith Insulin Plant Wine is made from insulin plant extract with infusion of healthy fruit sourced from certified organic farms such as Guyabano, Dragon Fruit, and Bignay. Powerful mixture now offers wonderful health benefits. The first all-natural insulin wine helps lower blood sugar. Insulin plant wine, organic, natural, ligtas at epektibong pampababa ng blood sugar. All-natural, FDA approved. award-winning product. For your inquiries, orders, message Talk Life Channel's FB page. Call or text 0917-887-3227.
Hello mga ka-TLC!
I am Ace Perez.
And I am Attorney Migs Nograles.
Please watch Ask Attorney Migs. It's an online show that talks about our everyday legal concerns.
Yes, and you can like our page and you can ask questions and we talk about your everyday situation. So we have cases to answer, mga PM nyo. We try to answer them. So get ready.
Every Monday sa TLC, 6:30 p.m., Ask Attorney Migs.
Dito lang sa TLC. So let us get ready for
Bagong Adlaw.
Bagong Hisgutan ng Legal.
And we are back. So, yun na nga, no? Meron tayo mga messages at saka mga comments sa Facebook. Sabi ni Miss Ma'am Loretta Juarez, good evening. Sabi ni Brother Ryan A. America, magandang evening Sir Roland Fernandez. Sabi ni Diane Grace Tenorio Cabigas, madyaw gabi nerds and koy. Good evening sa lahat.
Good evening, Ati Dayan.
Sabi naman ni Alan Andrade, wow, very inspiring. No? And sabi ni Melot Crezel Giluang, good job, nerds. Yes, and sabi ni si Dayan pa din, how to be you po, nerd dyan. Yes, how to be you nga ba? Nerd.
Very
Sabi
simple lang naman.
Simple. Anong simple? Sige.
How to be me, I don't know, but one of the greatest things that I can say is that I'm a gutsy person. Yun lang talaga, sir. I have a high self-confidence and like I'm not afraid to fail because I believe that failure, like it's the first attempt in learning. So that's why I always have this never give up spirit talaga. Those are the things lang naman, no? I don't know, but yeah, when you do these things, you will see the changes and how it will lead you to your dreams in life. Ganon.
Yes.
Gutsy lang.
Kaya nga sabi ni Alan Andrade, she's one of a kind and an ideal teacher. God bless Ma'am Nerjan.
Thank you, Sir Alan.
Sabi naman ni Ma'am Lori, wow, could she be part of the host of TLC? Oh, di ba? May panibagong
Wow, thank you, ma'am.
invitation. Baka naman, Nerj. Sabi ni Dayan, may
I
tanong
would
siya.
love to.
Parang, teka lang, parang ano to, medyo seryoso si Dayan. Is there a time ba na lahat ng activities sumabay sa isang araw sa school, online class, and IP? Ano ba ginagawa mo pag sabay-sabay? Parang kanta lang, sino pipiliin mo, Char? Uunahin pala. Dumating ba sa ganyang point? Dumating ka ba sa ganyang point? Nerd?
Oh my goodness. That's a very good question. I think yeah, dumating talaga, sir, for a lot of times, especially today. So like today I had a review 7 a.m. That was a school activity 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. And from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. I also have an exit conference at Digo City National High School, sir, because I was deployed there. So, and online class, yes, today. After this, sir, I will have my online teaching. And yeah, we had an IP activity earlier, Tidayan. So, the time na we had our conversation, sir, I was actually at the meeting that time. So, it's also part of my IPMR duties and responsibilities. So what I did is time management, sir. I woke up very very early, so I plan ahead and I also make a scheduled plan on these things kung kailan ako like kung kailan ako a-attend ng ganitong activity or ganito ganyan. Ano ba ang ginagawa mo pag sabay-sabay? Sometimes talaga, even like how determined you are to attend in all of those activities, sometimes you couldn't make it. So I weigh things. For example, if like in school activities, if it's not that really important, I always weigh things up. So for example, yung IP event, it's very like it's an urgent, it's a must to attend. So yeah, I choose it. And also, I promise to really give my very best as an IPMR. So I will always choose the responsibilities and duties of being an IPMR. And with regards to my online class, sir, I like the beauty of, or like the nicest thing about teaching here in Native Camp, because is that I could do my own schedule. Yeah, I could plot my own schedules po. If I want to teach right now, I will just turn on my schedules, and yeah. We had flexible time sa online.
So yes, oo. Alam ko na yung working online at saka yung pagiging online tutor or yung pagiging virtual assistant or yung pagiging digital nomad or yung pagiging mga digital worker no na nauuso ngayon actually gives us um, flexible masyado na schedule. Pero para sa akin, one thing that I do kapag masyado ng madami, yung ano, the skill of delegating, no? Kailangan marunong din tayo mag-delegate, especially for leaders. Kasi yung mga leaders minsan, we have the tendency to be overachievers. We have the tendency na gusto natin tayo lahat ang gumagawa because we are not satisfied of minsan no na hindi tayo nasasatisfy sa output ng iba. However, when you come or when you reach to a certain point na parang okay, kailangan I have to remind myself na hindi lang ako ang marunong. Pwede kong i-delegate sa mga members, pwede kong i-delegate sa colleagues, pwede kong i-delegate sa mga kasama. And para sa akin, it does not only free me from work, but at the same time, it empowers no, yung ibang tao. Kasi natuturuan mo, syempre, tapos pag sila ang gumagawa nun, it gives them parang ano ba, nagbibigay din ng confidence sa kanila na, uy, natapos ko. No? Yung inutos sa akin or yung binigay sa akin na task, I was able to finish it in flying colors, kumbaga. So, yun yung beauty para sa akin nung pag-delegate ng mga trabaho. So, sabi ni Mercy Ramos Aberca Aquino, congrats, Dai Nerjan.
Thank you.
Mga kapitbahay.
Auntie.
Auntie. Good. Yan na yung sinasabi mo na you have help and assistance and guidance, no? Sa mga friends and mga loved ones, which is really important. So yun, sabi ni noted na kababatang kapatid. Coach Ted watching from Puerto Princesa City with love. Enjoy and be blessed, brethren, as you watch and listen. Ang galing! Kailan ba tayo makakapunta ng Puerto Princesa? Parang ang ganda doon. journey tayo doon. Yes, sabi ni Gary Boy Otida, congrats, Diner dyan. Nerj, ako I have a few questions. Sabi mo kanina na parang it comes naturally and easily for you because you are naturally parang confident, parang ganun, no? Para naman doon sa mga kabataan na hindi kasing confident sa'yo, yung madaming mga questions sa sarili nila, what can you say to them para ma-encourage mo sila to actually face kung ano man yung mga challenges na binabato ng buhay sa kanila?
Okay. I actually hear a lot of stories like that po, sir. And the one thing I can say is for you to be passionate. Find your own strength. You know, not everyone is so confident with like the things that you want to do. But for me, just find your passion. Do the things that interest you the most.
Mm-mm.
And with that, you could be able to develop and enhance your skills. So I think in that circumstance, could be able to build your self-esteem, because you know what you are doing and you are passionate about that. And also, it's actually to practice, sir, to go out from your comfort zone, to really practice, disciplining yourself. Because if you really want to have this, high self-esteem, it needs practice every day, at least gradual lang. Yun
Mm-mm.
talaga yung secret. And there's no such thing na if you do those things na hindi mo naman siya aligned, like, you know what I'm saying, sir, like earlier, na if you do those unnecessary things na you can't do it, and if you have those, negative thinking, I think na you can't really have high self confidence. It needs to have like optimism in your mind, disciplined, and of course, passion. Find
Mm-mm.
your passion.
Ako gusto ko yung sinabi mo na parang what you're saying is there is really no such thing as an overnight success. These are really small steps and small
Gradual
um,
process.
oo, parang gradual yung proseso talaga ng pagkamit ng mga kagustuhan natin, no?
Mm.
But yeah, of course, para ma-plot mo yung kung ano yung dapat mong gawin at kung ano yung gusto mong gawin or gusto mong marating, kailangan alam mo muna what you really want, no?
Yes.
Alamin mo muna kung ano talaga yung gusto mo.
Mm-mm.
If you want to become successful, like for example, you will go for the highest na ano ba tawag diyan pag graduate ka, highest mark na dapat top
Like
1.
Latin honor po.
Yes. For
Yes.
example, kung ganun yung gusto mo talaga, then you have to
Mm.
to to write down and identify yung mga things na dapat mong gawin in order to reach
Mm-mm.
that, 'di ba? And then gradually, yun yung pina-practice mo. If you are not very confident personality, yeah, mas maigi na ganun, no?
Yes,
Small
sir.
small successes. So, um sa pagiging ano mo naman, Nerge, sa pagiging indigenous people or yung IP youth, ano yung significance or yung pinaka-significant na bagay, you being an IP or belonging to the IP community na nakatulong talaga sa'yo in order to become successful and to reach kung ano man yung gusto mong i-reach sa buhay mo?
Actually, sir, it's not about me. I sense that it's about like serving people in times of in need. So I myself, as an IPI, as an IPMR, I am the voice of my people. So whatever concerns and issues they were in, I am really willing to help them. And also, it's about like a change within their situation. So I think that's the nicest part of, serving people, of like having the power to give them the solution and address their like challenges or their problems as an IP. So that's why, sir, my role, or one of our goals in the Malalag Tribal Council, is like to really it's to eliminate the discrimination for
Mm.
the young IP members. So that's why like we're planning to, to create programs and other activities in order for them to be protected at all costs. So those are the things that I really want. Those are the things that, made me um it made me to become, helpful, and like those experiences that I've been into really like developed and enhanced my capability as a person.
Mm. Very good, very good. Parang ano lang 'no, hindi lang siya like personal development in terms of the academics at saka yung economic na stability sa pagkakaroon ng trabaho, but at the same time yung social responsibility natin, which is really important to balance, no, yung buhay natin. Okay. So, I think wala na tayo, parang nag-overtime na yata tayo, Urge.
5 minutes.
Yeah, I know that you still have a schedule for tonight sa trabaho mo. So I am not gonna take more of your time. So before we end na lang, I would like to ask, what is your parang last message para sa mga kabataan, at saka dun sa mga listeners natin and viewers natin tonight?
Okay, so let me just give you this saying that I have always used in everything I do. It's diligence beats intelligence. So hard work pays off. We really need to strive harder. We need to be like to be a a hard work individual, because in life we will always encounter different kinds of like problems and obstacles and challenges, and whatever role you are portraying right now, even if you're like a student, you're an employee, you're an online English teacher, or like you're an IPMR, you're a politician, or so on. One thing that I really want to say is to really look for the best within yourself and for the people. That's very important, and to do that is for you to work hard, to be optimistic, and yeah, to be diligent at all times. Thank you.
Alright, maraming salamat. Thank you so much, Nerjan, no, sa pagpapaunlak. Marami akong natutunan, and I'm sure yung mga listeners and viewers natin tonight also had, like, we're able to pick some valuable information and wisdom. Sana lahat tayo po ay nagkaroon ng inspirasyon, no, to continue doing what we are doing para sa mga kasamahan natin na medyo low ang lakas ng loob at this point in time or moment in time. Yun, diligence. Hi, Sir Lisoy.
Passion.
Good evening po. No? And be passionate. Being passionate is really important din talaga. Kasi
I agree.
yun yung nagbibigay ng buhay sa trabaho natin, di ba?
Exactly, sir.
Hindi lang tayo nagtatrabaho for the sake of working. But when we are passionate about the things that we do, it makes our work interesting and worthwhile. And nagtatrabaho tayong masaya. Di ba, Nerd?
Exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
you will not be like demotivated easily, or you won't be
Right.
yeah, something like that, sir. So it's very important to find your passion and to be passionate so that you could be able to overcome whatever hurdles are in the long run. So yeah.
Alright. Sige. Sabi ni Dayan, pahuling hirit ni Dayan. Congrats. God bless sa journey ni mo, Nerjan Imperial Ramos. Stay cool, Koy. Cool ba ako? We learned din tonight. Yes,
Super
we
cool.
all learned tonight. Kaya nga po, good evening sa lahat. No, to end, I would like to thank the support of course, TLC, at saka yung mga kasamahan natin ng mga coaches sa Hearts That Listen, at saka sa TLC din, of course. No? So, everyone, magandang gabi po at maraming salamat sa pagsama sa amin. May we all be blessed. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you po, sir.